Good evening and welcome back to the Accountability Project. I did get my workout today. It was not until this evening. It was not in the morning. However, I did not get video recording of it. So today is going to be a little bit shorter video. Our book today is The Science of Success by Napoleon Hill. And the chapter for today is called Find Happiness in Aiding Others. And this concept is something that he's brought about in multiple different ways. And he's talked about it a couple different chapters so far. And one of the things I love about the way he articulates it in this chapter is really just the pay it forward mindset. That you will ultimately be blessed by blessing others. That when your focus is on blessing those around you, then you will prosper in more ways than one. And that mindset is something that I think most of our current culture today does not actually practice. Most people say they believe it, but they're not being accountable to practicing it and paying it forward. So yeah, there's that. Next up, how to have confidence and power in dealing with people. This chapter was mostly about ego. It was about learning to understand what makes a person do what they do. And one of the ways that he articulated it was a low self-esteem means there will be friction. And I think the way he words it, low self-esteem means trouble and friction. And how true that is, because when someone's self-esteem is low, then anything can finish them off. And so in an effort to defend themselves and in the effort of self-preservation, they are more aggressive. They cause more friction. They become mean. If you think of it in terms of, most of us are familiar with the Betty White Snickers commercial where you get hangry when you have not eaten recently. I believe you get hangry, so to speak, when you're hungry for someone to speak into your self-esteem. When your self-esteem tank is running on empty, you don't think clearly, and you're reactive and you're aggressive and you're assertive because you're in survival mode. The same way your body retreats to survival mode when you haven't eaten for a few days. You're irritable, you're not so nice to be around. And most people don't realize how drained of self-esteem they are. Our culture has spent a lot of time thinking that people who were mean had too much self-esteem, so we would beat them down and try to put them in their place, so to speak. And the reality is most people who are being mean really actually already have a low self-esteem. I'd heard a saying from one of my mentors that was, hurting people hurt people. And that is so true. When your self-esteem is low, you are hurting. And so you in turn hurt other people because you don't know how to bless other people. One of the things my wife says that I love is that you can't give out of your lack, meaning that you can't give something you don't have. You can't give money that you don't have. You can't give love if you don't have love. You can't give grace if you don't have grace. You can't give people encouragement if you have not been encouraged, if you don't have an encouraging heart. And so I just want to share with you that self-esteem, I believe, is everything. And where you draw from, where you place your value, where you get your self-esteem from, says a lot about you and about what can rock you. He talks about faith-based, and I personally believe that when you find your identity and your self-esteem in being a son or daughter of the Most High King, then nothing that happens here on earth is going to rock your self-esteem. Now, your confidence may fluctuate, your courage, your wisdom, your competence in certain areas may fluctuate, but your self-esteem wouldn't change. Oftentimes we confuse courage, confidence, and self-esteem. When you have self-esteem, you have confidence in life, even if you don't have competence in a certain field. you'll still be confident as you approach it because you know who you are. And that gives us a lot of power in how we move forward in life. And if you don't have that foundational rock for your identity, I don't know how you can have high self-esteem. I'm not saying that you can't, but without that, I know I didn't, and I don't know how you can. But that being said, hey, you don't have to be of a particular faith to be successful, right? Whatever that looks like for you, as long as you know that your self-image is not going to be rocked by what other people think of you, then your self-image is secure and you will have a high self-esteem. So one of the things that I hate to go here, but I love what Cat Williams says about it is that no one should be able to affect your self-esteem because it's the esteem of your self. So it's your esteem. It's how you view you, not how others view you. And so we should view ourselves with pride and confidence and knowing that we have value. And with that, we can move forward and make a huge impact. So with that, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Condense the pain of personal growth and stay accountable. Bloop.